Welcome back, you guys. Now, landing spots for Cam Newton. Now, Cam Newton's an interesting. It's an interesting topic's been going on with about Cam Newton and where he could possibly land at. I feel as though he still should be in Carolina. There was really no reason for him for what he's done for that franchise, and he's been extremely durable for the first 7 years of his career. I think he might have missed 2 or 3 games in his first 7 years. That's all. The last 2 years have been rough. He hurt his shoulder at the start off. He was in the MVP candidate in the 2018 season. Then got team started out 6-1, and then his shoulder messed up. And he's going to try to be a trooper and play through it. That didn't do nothing but hurt him and the team. But like I said, he don't play defense, so and they would end up with a losing record. And then of course last year, Cam played the first 2 games. I think they lost. Still played pretty well, and but he was hurt. His foot was basically broken, so he basically missed the whole season. So he's basically, so Cam has missed, I think right at 16 games or something like that in the last, 2 seasons here. Cam still has it. It's kind of a blessing in disguise because he got a chance to heal himself. If Cam comes back healthy, my landing place, if Cam comes back healthy, I still say Cam got a good solid 4 years where he can probably run the table, get 2 or 3 Pro Bowls, probably possibly make an All-Pro second team or something like that, and possibly make a run in the Super Bowl somewhere if he land with the right team. But the dilemma is like, okay, now where do you have Cam, a former NFL MVP, and a straight stud? I mean, Cam can still ball, but it's kind of a little muddied up now. I said people keep talking about the Skins. I'm here in Northern Virginia, so and because Ron Rivera's there and all this kind of stuff, wouldn't want to see it, but that's a possibility where he possibly could go and make a little bit of noise. Don't really know the wideouts too well over there. You have I've said the Chargers. Phillip Rivers is gone. Now I think they're supposed to have Tyrod Taylor there, but I'm like, Tyrod Taylor is who Tyrod Taylor is, right? And it is what it is. But I honestly think with he has Keenan Allen there and Mike Williams there at quarterback, right? I don't see why he couldn't come right in. That I think that running back Eckler is pretty good, pretty solid enough for them to sit up there and send Melvin Gordon on his way. But he might not go there. Probably, the bead is probably going to the Skins, right? Which that's a nice fit. People have said New England. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. His personality was not, to me, is going to match well with that of Bill Belichick, especially at quarterback. So I don't really see that. But I've said the Miami Dolphins. I honestly think the Miami Dolphins, whatnot. But the wild card, really, to me, would be him going to the Denver Broncos. Possibly go to the Denver Broncos. You have Gordon's over there. Got nice little receiver over there. But like I said again, it's interesting. He don't probably go to the Skins, but I'm thinking of those other places like Denver, whatnot, could be somewhere. It would be nice. I say San Diego. That would be my thing for him to go there, just because of the receiver duo that they have there is extremely nice. And to me, he's never had that. They had a little bit pretty good back in the 15 season. Them guys did a little something, but they get dismantled. You know what I'm saying? It just dismantled after about a year or so. So I don't really see that. I would like to see that, but Skins is going to probably be the place that he's going to end up going. I think what I find more interesting is that, and look at how this thing plays out. Again, you still have these old quarterbacks kicking and screaming, trying to still play in the league in their 40s, right? Why not? Of course, you can't hit the quarterback, can't do all these things. Quarterbacks, you see that Brady, now I said he's supposed to get $30 million. Come to find out, he got some incentives in there, but basically it's a 2-year, $25 million, 2-year, $50 million contract. The same kind of contract that Drew Brees got with the Saints, which they should have just went on and gave him 4 years, $100 million, because they was not going to get that job at Teddy Bridgewater. Because that was the whole thing. That would have been perfect. Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0. He kept the boat afloat. He didn't just keep it afloat. They went undefeated. And they're still trying to play this thing with that kid Tyson Hill and whatnot. I'm telling you what they're trying to do, but that kid is not a quarterback. Good football player. It's not an NFL quarterback. Period. I don't care what you say. He doesn't have the NFL arm for that. But as a football player, yeah, special team guy, do some gadget though and all that other kind of stuff and whatnot. Yeah, you can put him in there for that and whatnot. And a little time, I think Sean Payton got a little cute by putting him in there, but that kind of cost him. But it is what it is. But he's not that guy. Drew Brees is still kicking and screaming, trying to stay into the league. Same thing that goes on with Tom Brady. It's a new face on the league. And I got to explain this. It's Mahomes. It's Jackson. It's Watson. Right? Dak Prescott. Russell Wilson is still in the mix. He's a vet. He's a wily old vet in all of this. You know what I'm saying? These are these are the guys. Cam Newton, if he gets on the team. And you already know where I'm going at with that. And these guys are still kicking and screaming. I'm this, I'm that. I'm not going nowhere. And that's what I'm saying. Those guys, I say there's new sheriffs in town. Right? There's new sheriffs in town. And them guys need to make way and whatnot. But they're not going to leave. They will not leave out without kicking and screaming, because that's exactly what they're doing. So that's, but I found it interesting for them to say, yeah, Cam, you can go. We're going to go get Teddy Bridgewater. And in the midst of all this, Teddy Bridgewater he's getting the bad rap of this after somebody who has such a promising young career in Minnesota. Now, you guys know I already talked about it. Go back and look up when I talked about how they did Teddy Bridgewater. And they did him that with the Saints, but he's an easygoing brother evidently, and that's it. So he goes over there with Carolina, right? Over there with Carolina. Okay, fine. But that's not, I'm like, that to me, that ain't real. He's not going to be their long-term quarterback, right? They really wanted Kyle Allen to do something. I'm like, dude, he's not going to do anything. Go look at his resume in college. If it doesn't go his way, he's a quitter. He's not that guy. And I know what they're trying to do, because I don't know what they expect to do. I know they're going to compete, but you better know they're going to be trying to get that kid from out of Clemson for next year, for the 2021 draft, right? But that's my opinion with that, right? But it's like but Bridgewater, again, that's if he doesn't do anything, if he does astronomical, he may stay there for another year or whatever. I don't really see that happening, and they're going to send him on his way. They're going to send him on his way, because now Carolina is building. They got rid of Olsen. They're getting rid of Cam. A lot of them other players that was kind of hanging around from the 2015 season when they went 15-1 or whatever and lost Super Bowl to Denver. This is what's going on right now. But I found it interesting that you would not let Cam try to at least stay there for a year to see if he still got it and to reclaim it and to go on to the next level. Instead, you let him go, because, again, they're taking that crown from Cam being the face of that franchise, and they're trying to give it to C-Mac. And I've already spoke about this before, and that's exactly what they're doing. But they're going to lose with that, because it ain't real. But, we'll see what happens. But those are the kind of landing spots I see possibly with Cam. Somebody asked me about what they're going to do with Jameis Winston is going to now be the quintessential backup quarterback. Somebody's going to pick him up. He's going to be a backup quarterback, because Jameis Winston is Jekyll and Hyde. He's Jekyll and Hyde all across the board. 5,000 yards passing. Ooh, that's great. 30 touchdowns. Oh, that's good. 30 picks. 7-9. Jameis Winston, like the thing I did last year, is consistently consistent at being average. He has all the tools. The thing about a quarterback and what separates good ones, very good ones to great ones, is you can do all that. Big arm, make recoverages, make some throws, do this, do that. What happened when everything is going all good? What happened when everything is not going all good? That's who got the ice water in their veins. That's the difference. Jameis gets happy feet, and he just panics and throws. I've seen him throw balls when his guys are triple covered. If the pocket's clean, He's as good as anybody else when the pocket's clean. But the pocket ain't going to always be clean. That's it. That's what separates the good. That's what separates the so-so ones from the great ones. What do you do when everything breaks down around you? If it was clean all the time and you couldn't touch the quarterback like in practice, well, hell, there'll be all kind of quarterbacks still playing. What happens when it's not good? When it's chaos around you and you still got to keep your wits about you. That's where Winston fails. It ain't about anything else. He just can't get that together. And until he ever gets that together, he will be that from the rest of his career, he will be a backup journeyman quarterback. Guaranteed. If he doesn't get his act together in the next couple of years. The crazy part about Jameis is still young. But I've told you, after 3 or 4 years in the league, you are who you are, especially at that position. Very few guys can take that leap and just go, oh, he just went to another level. Very few. After about 3 or 4 years in the league, whatever you are, that's who you are. Ryan Fitzpatrick, that's who he is. You see what you see, it's the same thing. That's what he's, he's basically that's almost what like Jameis is getting ready to try to start being. He's an NFL quarterback, but he's consistent at being He can give you 2 games. He might give you 3. He cannot give you 6 or 7 games when he's on it. And then win 6 or 7 games in a row and whatnot and squeak out an ugly win for 2 or 3 and get you 10 wins and possibly, and get you in the playoff. He can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So far, can't get it done. So that's what I look at. But so that Cam thing was interesting and whatnot. Did him wrong, but like I say, I always talk about these guys. I say, man, get your bread. Because in the great Jim Brown said, you can love the game, but it don't love you back. And I ain't got no problem with them guys getting their bread. Get their bread because the game's going to let you loose. That's just how it is, Guys, check me out. Smash that like button. Share with somebody. Subscribe to the page. Keep trying to put out more content. I got a lot of time to do that now and whatnot. And I'll probably be back. But like I tell you guys all the time, there's no greatest of all time. There's no GOAT as long as time is still going on. And like I say, numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. Guys, have a good one.